Happiness can be an elusive and sometimes misunderstood emotional state, which is why there are now institutes and many researchers dedicating themselves to examining its causes and its ability to allow us to lead a better life. So can money really buy happiness, or is it the simpler things in life that will pay off in our pursuit? I spoke with Professor John Helliwell, a happiness expert from the University of British Columbia, and sent Rich Brophy out to the streets to find out what makes people happy and ask how they'd rate their happiness.
It's about much more than income, so that we're finding the social supports for well-being are extraordinarily important. Do you have someone to count on? What is your network of family and friends like that? Do you trust the police? Do you trust your neighbors? If you dropped a wallet, would your neighbor be likely to return it? Would the police be likely to return it? Even a small change in that likelihood is worth many times your income.
How would you rate your happiness on a scale of 1 to 10?
9.
9? That's pretty good. And is Jasmine taking up the other one?
She is. I'm only not happy when she screams her head off and I can't do anything because she's screaming.
And what makes you happy, Jasmine? No questions.
To talk about the pursuit of happiness is misleading, because happiness is a result of doing the right things rather than something that yields to pursuit. The idea is that happiness and hedonism are related. Well, Aristotle and modern science agree that's not right, that the true happiness, in fact, not only comes from doing the right thing and doing things with others, for others, but it's enormously productive, so that children who are in positive states of mind and having fun in their schools actually learn faster. People in the workplace who are having fun in the workplace, in a trusted workplace where their subjective well-being are actually much more productive. Everybody from residents of elder care facilities to hospital patients to students, they'll do better, they'll recover better, they'll live longer, they'll learn faster.
What makes you guys happy? You can give me the answer that you give in front of each other, and then you can give me the answers that you would say when the other one's not there.
Just general life. I mean, because I've just started a relationship, so you know, it's all new and happy, exciting, exploring, and we do a lot of stuff too, so yeah.
Okay.
More bonding.
Bonding?
Yeah.
Bonding's what makes you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bonding,
Bonding.
not bonded.
Not the kind of bondage.
Not yet. You've only just met. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushing the boundaries just yet.
What about trust as a factor?
We originally started this research because that's the way the survey evidence was built, with a very general trust question. In general, do you think people can be trusted? Or alternatively, you can't be too careful in dealing with people? And then we supposed if you dropped your wallet with $200 in it, how likely do you think it is to be found, to be returned intact if found by A, a policeman, B, a clerk in a local store, C, a neighbor, or D, a stranger? So we able to ask this question in many countries, and you'd find, of course, there really were big differences across countries in who was most likely to return the wallet and how likely they were. And in all cases, it really mattered. People really cared about whether they were in a kind of society, because that's symbolic, right? Mm-hmm. And returning a wallet's much more than just people will do what they say they'll do. Returning a wallet is coming out of yourself and really engaging in doing something. It's a very benevolent act. It turns out systematically, for one reason or another, and we're still trying to unpack this, people believe the world is not as good as it is. So that by asking this wallet question, we know how likely people in Toronto think it is that a wallet, if found by a stranger, would be returned. And they think there's about a 1/4 chance it'll be returned. A newspaper in Toronto dropped 20 wallets. 16 were returned. It's a small sample, but 16 out of 20 is simply not the same as 25%. So in fact, people are much more trustworthy than we think they are.
Oh, my happiness. Well, some days it's really low.
Yeah.
Depends on the mood and what's going on in families. You know, when you have a family and lots of grandchildren, people getting divorced and break-up marriages and stuff like that. Grandchildren's love affairs don't go far and they want things, but on a good day, 9.5.
9.5.
On a good day.
When you get a good day,
Yeah,
it's good.
well, it's a day to day.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I'm not sure why.
Because you're famous, Margaret.
Well, a lot of it's in your head to you make yourself happy.
Yeah.
There's an endless fascination as to what is the link between money and happiness. Income matters most when you're really destitute and poor. Now, of course, the income that matters is whether you get food or not, which may or may not be your money income. So when we ask questions like, did you go hungry in the last month, that really comes in with power, and it lowers the income effect. But if you just have income measures, it turns out that there's sort of a declining effect of income as you get richer on your well-being.
How do you improve happiness on a global scale?
I sometimes encourage audiences to start at the very smallest scale, because we do find fast-moving urban life is hard to sustain happiness in because you lose a lot of the connections. Road rage is more likely than road waves in the fast-moving big cities, and in some sense you have to turn that around. So I challenge people to turn their next elevator ride from a short-term prison sentence into a social event waiting to happen.
How you going?
Good.
Good.
You?
Good day?
Yeah, rather good day.
Yeah. How are we going?
Good, and you?
Yeah, pretty well.
Good.
And have you put the MSG on there?
No, I decided to go without
fine.
today. Yeah.
Such self-sacrifice. You get stuck into some tins?
Not today.